Hi, I'm Zeospantera, and I have ruined my career. What do you mean, Zeos? Well, how do you beat the Rinkos? If you don't know, if you haven't seen, I previewed them on an earlier video on this channel, and they have a full review on the Inner Fetish channel, which is a separate channel I have on YouTube, just for IEMs. And I have my fourth collaboration out. Z12, 180. SA6 Ultras, 600. Fucking Z2 Nana, 950. Rinko's 100. And it comes with waifus. So this is going to be sort of like my... I've had these now for over a month. I've used them, and I realized I didn't actually put a review out on this channel, which is probably where I should put reviews for my IEMs that are collabed with. So this is a SeeAudio collab, and SeeAudio makes like the Yum and the Yum 2, and oh god, what are the other SeeAudios I have in the box? It's like 4 or 5 IEMs, and they're all like wow, wow, wow. So the fact that I got the one that's named after their main character, you've seen her before, right? Like, I used to think she was Yum, but she's not Yum, it's just a Yum, and that's Rinko. So the fact that they gave me, like, the Enzo to do my collab with. So let me just review. Real quick summary. I designed these IEMs in a way that made me happy. The end. When they were giving me the choices of how to tune it, I basically said, I don't give a shit how it measures. They're a $100 IEM. Why would I care? Like, it's not like, oh, like the Nana, Z2 Nana, I sort of cared. Does it measure? Because that's $1,000 you're going to spend. But $100, it's like, you know what? I just want to have fun. Girls, just want to have fun. So I went out of my way with choosing the way it was tuned to make it the most fucking fun. And when it was finally here, like the final tuning sample with the custom ear tips that I requested that they made, I ruined everything. Ruined. I don't know how I'm gonna... I say this with some ego, but I say this with more praise towards SeeAudio. I don't know how to beat this. Because this could be a $500 IEM, a $1,000 IEM, $100 IEM. I'm gonna recommend it. And it's mine, so you take my word with a grain of salt. Instead, go to HiFi or go to Amazon. The link's in the description. And read the reviews. And there's going to be some that say it doesn't measure properly. And for those people, I'd say, well, I didn't want it to. These are an IEM that I currently am wearing in my head. And I have been wearing for weeks and weeks and weeks. Even though the reviews are done and they're out, people are getting them and ripping them apart. And there's controversy. These are like well seated in the audio community at this point. And they're very boring to look at. They're just black. But they come with 2 waifus in the front, 1 waifu on the back. If you were lucky enough to get one of these commemorative little stands, you could also get that wallpaper. I used it on the other channel, but you can get that wallpaper, which is the succubus Rinko. There's good succubus and bad succubus Rinkos. Like the artist went. He was like, oh, this is for Zeos? Hold on, I got you. Boom. So the IEMs themselves are either rather small and rather boring. Just a black fascia, just says Rinko, just says Rinko. Mine, it says Zeos on the top here. Like, it's very subtle. These are the most subtle looking. Like, if you see them in someone's ear, you're gonna be like, oh, this guy's wearing black IEMs. Okay, they're just whatever random shit. And then you get, like, the wedding ring case. And this is not the original cable. This is an effect cable that they sent me that's like $300 fucking dollars, but that's how important these are to me. It's like, can I put something more expensive, more elaborate? Can I put the neck strap? By the way, if you haven't seen the IEM neck strap, this thing will change your life and also annoy the piss out of you as it creeps up the wire while you're wearing it. But yeah, this is great for hanging IEMs and putting them around your neck. Here's the wire it comes with. And it's not a bad wire, it's just a 3.5. They might, maybe in the future, since they're selling these like crazy, they might, when they run out, to be like, all right, we're just gonna include a 4.4 option also. Currently only the 3.5 option. And it is a 2-pin, so you could get the Chimera cable if you wanted to. And it's a nice silver, look at it. It's like a twisted silver, like 4-wire. Just beautiful. So you got the wire, wire's good. You get the case with the strap button for strapping in, beautiful. You get the, I have to open this pack. This is actually the last new pack I've got. These are basically like I said, hey, do you have symbiote tips? And like, we don't have symbiote tips. We can't get symbiote tips. Like, well, could you find something that's like the symbiote tip, but softer? I had some issues with those. They're a little bit too stiff. And these are just a gentle memory foam version of that. And they're a little bit bigger and a little, the silicone's super soft. And you could see there's like a bubble and you could chase the bubble around. And these were the final thing that made Rinko what they are. Once you can get the seal out of them, and the key is they need to seal. Once you get the seal out of the Rinkos, you get what I wanted out of the Rinkos, which is, because they're a single dynamic, single planar, which means you have 2 dynamics and 2 planars, 2 in each ear, which means when you're looking at it, and here's where the controversy came in, here's what the diagram they showed, and then everyone was like, someone in particular was like, no, it's not, it's another fucking diagram, dynamic. So I had to, Hi-Fi Go ask several people who got the unit or bought the unit, hey, could you rip them apart? We'll refund you. But can you rip them apart and take good pictures? So I don't know if you want any better pictures than this, but there's the magnet structure for the dynamic. There's the magnet structure for the planar. There's the actual diaphragm for the dynamic with the back plate, and there are the 2 magnets and the ring planar. So it's smaller. It's a 6 millimeter. I think that's a 10 millimeter. I think that's 10 millimeter. 6 millimeter, and the it looks similar, but that's a flat coil instead of going back and forth. Because usually when you do that, you need a square, and since they were building it like this in a complete cylindrical package, it's a circle. So yeah, $100, unless you want to buy it with the keyboard or the keycaps. This is like, hey, is Zeos selling out? I don't know. What has he got his name on? Well, the Rinko Touch Mech Keys Z Reviews keycap set, which you can see on this keyboard, which if you go to mechkeys.com, I have them here, you can get the IM and the keycaps for $160, and the caps are usually $69 on their own. Oh wait, yeah, they're usually $70 on their own, so you can get them for $10 less with the IMs. Just saying, it's not a requirement. But spend some time putting Rinko on there, and you get some Z Reviews keys, and you can make the Z Reviews key here, or you can put it to the delete key as you delete your subscription. Because holy shit, Zeos, you got too much shit. Also, replaceable, tons of different options, by the way. But you could get the Rinko Devil Angel Girls as your spacebar. The only problem I would have with using this as a spacebar is you have to touch it, and it's too pretty to touch. So I would just keep this like there. That's where we're putting that. It's beautiful. So yeah, keycap set. And if you want to know which keyboard it's on, because I actually didn't have a keyboard that was the right, just normal pattern. All my keyboards are fucking weird. So it's a Hello Gans HS87T GG series using Gatreon Yellow Pro keys. Don't know. There's an, all right, we'll send you a keyboard. So yeah, Mech keys there. Keycaps there. The effect cable, which is $279, you don't need to. I'm just saying I have it, and I'm saying that even at 30 ohms, which is what the Rinkos are, maybe there's a thing. Again, not saying it, didn't say it, said maybe. Oh, these tips. So you all know I reviewed the SA6 Ultra, even on this channel, and I was praising the tips. I think this has the larger tips in it. It may not. But these are the Dunu SS Stage and Studios. So those also work on this. If you're having a hard time getting a seal, remember, you need a seal. Either the render tips, which are sold separately here, $13 for the 3-pack. You get either 3 pairs large, 3 pairs medium, or 3 pairs small for $13. You don't have a pack for like picking all 3? Oh well, I guess once you get the Rinko and you know which sizes work for you, you can get 1 or each. Because I just use large in the right and medium in the left. So yeah, for $100, you get this IM. And let me describe how it sounds now that I've gone over all the merchandising, where the real movie from the money is made, said Mel Brooks in Spaceballs. Great. Because I picked the tuning for the most low end, and it wasn't just like a lot of low end. I wouldn't be happy if it was just like bloated bass. This is both planar and dynamic bass tied together. And because like the dynamic is here, so here's your ear on this side. Dynamic is here, and sitting on top of it is this planar. So they're working sort of in conjunction. That the dynamic is the air is coming around the outside, and the planar it's shooting through a hole in the middle. So you're getting this weird effect of being just injected with not just bass, but like huge bass. Like you walked into a cathedral that's got subwoofers playing. But it's not like lost and muddy. Like there's no way to describe this as muddy. It's not muddy. It's doubly tight, if anything. Giggity. The planar is taking up a lot of the detail of the vocals. It's bringing a lot of that focused and in front of you, and you're there. And then I had David fucking Chesky resolution test come on, and it's like he got fucking salsa shakers. And if you don't know who David Chesky is, he's still around. He basically is obsessed with recording quality. That's all he does. That's all you have to know. If you hear a jazz piano by David Chesky, you know that there's no one in the mixing board because it goes from the microphone directly to the fucking vinyl recorder or whatever the fuck cuts the records. It's pure. And he took that thing and he's shaking it. And the imaging on these, like Yoshi Horikawa Letter, some Nine Inch Nails came on after that. The imaging on these is probably one of the main reasons I think this is my favorite collab that I've got. Like even with the Nana Z-Tune out there. I love the Nana. Everyone knows that's my top pick. And the Z-Tune Nana was a more aggressive, more detailed Nana. And it's $1,000. And yet I picked this one up 3 times more, 4 times more. Actually, in the last 3 weeks, it's 100% more. I'm using the Rinko. And every time I'm like, oh, I'm going to go out, I'm bringing the Rinko. Because it's just, you cannot tell. I swear, and this is the weirdest thing, even though I know all about it and how it's built and how it's marketed. If you put these in someone's head who knows about IMs, but they don't know about these, which they will after this video, but they don't know about these, and you ask them to guess how much these cost, after the 10-minute brain burn-in, because by the way, they need a couple hours. I have them on the burn-in rig. There's a dynamic and a planar. They both need to move, so they relax. So don't take them out of the box, shove them in your ear and go, I don't like them. Take them out of the box, shove them in your ear, listen for 5-10 minutes, go, yeah, and then put them in a fucking thing with a thing playing them. Just leave them playing. You go into bed, plug them into your headphone amp, put up the volume a little bit, and go to sleep. You won't hear them. After 24 hours, they'll be better. I believe in break-in. I'm one of those assholes. But everyone's always like, but Zeos, it's really brain breaking if you're listening to them. And this has that too. I literally sat down to do this re-review after weeks of listening to them, and I knew I couldn't talk about how they sounded until I'd gone through 3 or 4 songs. Because you put them in, and then like things start happening, and you're like, I don't know if I like these again. What happened today? And then they start fucking straightening out, and then they find this zone, and then all of a sudden it's like, there they are. Holy shit. Your brain is not used to it. It's like wearing blue blocker sunglasses. You put on blue blockers, everything's orange. And then all of a sudden everything becomes normalized. And then you take them off and everything's fucking blue. And that's what it's like with these. You put these in and it's like, I don't know if these are working perfectly. I feel like, do I not like these? Give them 20 minutes. 10 minutes if you have the right music. I was listening to a snippet I took out of a Mark Ribbilet doing a live concert in Manhattan where a guy shows up with a violin and it's fucking emotional. And I listened to the whole thing straight through. I'm on the Rebel amp here, but I had the LA90 discrete. And I've been using it on portables. Like, it's not hard. And the beautiful thing is that I know that this and this should not sound the same, but they kind of do, which makes me like the IMs even more, because it means you're not going to fuck up by putting them on a source that, oh, I don't like this source. They're fine. They're fine on every source. So you sit there and you get basically a doubling of the bass effect, some of the best imaging and vocal clarity I've ever heard. You get this bigness. I can't even call it soundstage. It sounds like you're in a virtual fucking space. It sounds like a DSP that's running on some supercomputers. Like, okay, we're going to play sounds, but we're also going to play sounds here, and it's going to mix and blend, and you're not going to know where you are. I think that's one of the reasons why it takes so long to actually listen to them and then focus on the sound it's creating. It's like, oh my God. And then you just listen to your playlist, and I've caught myself doing this several times, just listening to songs that I've heard a million times going, I gotta know what they're like on Rinko. I gotta know what that last bit where the drum hits is. I gotta know. I got to know. And then you have this. If you can't get them to seal with these tips, check out the Duno SS tips. If They pretty much perfectly fit in my ear because they have a very long nozzle, but people are different. They're a 2-wire. If you want to change wires, by all means. This is a great little wire that comes with, but it's a $100 IM, so it is like, that's the limitation, is you only get a 3.5 millimeter. I personally like running a lot of my stuff balanced, so I'm running either the Chimera or this absolutely hilariously silly effect cable with carbon fiber in it, which they might actually collab with me, and I'm a little bit like, I don't know if I want to put myself out there, but fuck it. But fuck it. That should be on the box right there. But, comma, fuck it. I love these IMs. And you don't have to take my word for it. I'm just here to talk about them because it's like, you know what? I don't think I told my channel, like dedicated told my channel, hey, I've got these IMs. You could ask anybody who's got them. I don't think I've not seen like a 1-star. Like usually you put it out there and it's like, oh, this ruined my day, it killed my dog, you know, whatever you want to say. But I don't think anyone who's gotten them and actually given them a chance. And that's the thing. It's a time process. You got to get them. You got to run them for a day. Then you got to put them in your head. And you got to be okay with that first 2 or 3 songs you're listening to not be like what's wrong? Because when it straightens out and it clicks, that's it. That's it. And I've ruined my career. Because I don't even know, like, I have a ton of IMs over here. I've got a couple that I'm looking to do collabs with in the future. I got the cheap blonde collab coming out, which is gonna be like $50. And I'm gonna love them, and they're gonna hit that price point, and they're gonna be exactly what I want. But I am gonna come back to the fucking Rinkos, I don't know, every year, every 2 months, every day. I haven't even had to clear a spot in my box for them because I've never put them away. And I know I should be proud of my thing, but I'm more amazed that SeeAudio pulled this off. Whatever they were planning on this, I'm so glad I got to be part of it. So I want to praise them more than just, oh, Zeos, look at me shine my shiny coat that I'm the greatest at making IMs. I didn't make shit. I checked boxes several times over a course of a few weeks. And then I requested the tips. The tips were the secret because they just gave me some tips. I'm like, no. They gotta be, I need them to seal. And once they sealed and once they did this, then they're perfect. This is my perfect IM. As closer to perfection than even the Nana collab was. Closer than the SA6 Ultras, which I've already said the SA6 Mark IIs are better than the SA6 Ultras, or at least what I would make a Mark II of the SA6 Ultras to be. I'd probably still take Rinko. And the beauty part is they're $100. You could just throw $100 away, or you don't have to. Wait for someone you trust, someone out in the internet that tells you, hey, you know what? These are a whole lot of bass, but they don't get in the way of anything else. It doesn't get in the way of the vocals. It doesn't get in the way of the instrument separations. It doesn't get in the way of anything. It just punches you in the fucking taint. And you go, oh, again, please. As it's playing, just every song you've ever loved. So yeah, no, I'm a satisfied Zeos right now. I'm sitting here and I love to point out flaws in things. I wish that there was more sizes for the tips. I wish it had like a medium large and a medium small, just 5 sizes instead of 3, but it would cost thousands of dollars to redo the sizing, what are they called? Molds, to make the molds permanent. So I'm not sure if I'm down for that. But if you guys are, check out those tips. Because I've used those on several things too that have moved on to like the next stage of existence. I'm like, oh fuck. So yeah, no, I think Rinko broke me. Like I don't think I've done like 3 reviews since then, and it's like, well, can I use Rinko? Can I use the Rinko on it? So yeah, no, I'm gonna put them back in my head now. I'm gonna slap this over my neck. I'm gonna pull it through, put them in my ears, which luckily they fit beautifully into my head, which is nice because it would suck if they didn't fit in my ears. Marilyn Manson, 4 Rusted Horses. It sounds like someone's stepping on my ears in the best way possible. Anyway, I'm Zeos. Links to everything you've seen here and some things you haven't. This mouse pad because it's great. That wallpaper in the Horde. Patreon and Subscribe Star. The $10 patrons, actually, because there's $5 patrons and Subscribe Star, and you get to see reviews early, participate in yard sales, and hear the sound demos, because there's now sound demos that are only for private. In fact, my trip to Expona. By the way, happy 420, everyone. My trip to Expona. I'm currently working on the edit, so that'll be coming out after this. And the unedited, non-dubbed over version will be available to patrons and subscribers because they're playing music at Expona and I can't edit out all that. So I'm just gonna cut off the audio, dub it over for YouTube, and have the raw video with my live commentary for my patrons and subscribers. It'll actually be available in the Sound Demo Oasis because I'm not making a separate channel for that. So if you want to have that, you could do that. But my $10 patrons were actually given 40 of these units. They were able to buy them for half price, 50 bucks. And 40 of these Rinkos went out to them to see, because I've chose a tuning that was so scary to the brand that they're like, I don't know if people are gonna like this. I knew I loved it. And the 40 people got it. And there's like a couple people, they're like, it's like a 4-star. They're just not interested in, like, I guess, fun or like this amount of low end. And it's like, but everyone else is just creaming their pants legitimately, like I am. So if you're a $10 patron, you get sort of benefits like that, including Ask Me Questions directly and access to a lifetime swap meet channel. So if you're going to be a patron, you could be $5 and see things, or you could be $10 and talk to me and get cool benefits like that. Anyway, I'm done. I don't know how long this video is. It's coming out tomorrow. This is how I know it's 420, because I'm like, just get it out. Get it out before the end of the month, because I got other fish to fry. But these are the tastiest fish ever.